14 years ago, Asra Arat, Amit Bafit. So coming back this last day, today is the second day, I feel at home. I love Ethiopia. And for me, Ethiopia is not just the country. Ethiopia is the people. The first time I came to Ethiopia, the only place I know is Bole Road. It's the only place where we could find the food which I understand, which was potatoes spinach. The first time I see, when I wake up from the hotel, and the first thing I see for breakfast, they have got egg, and there is injera by injera. So I asked the restaurant, you didn't eat this kind of food before, so I asked, which one is the food, which one is the sauce? But he says this one is called filfil. You eat it the way it is. So I get used to it, and today morning for breakfast I have had injera by injera filfil. Every one of you in this room, you must have a story to tell. And the only way you can have a story is to have an experience. When I was growing up as a young girl in my country, Kenya, I would look up in the sky and I would see the aeroplanes. And I see that one, Panama Airlines, British Airways, Kenya Airways, Ethiopian Airlines. I would see them in the sky.
So, planes I ነበረ የኢትዮጵያ ኤርላይንስ
And I would say one day, when I grow up, I would say I want to be an air hostess.
እና ትልቁ ህልሜ የነበረው ፕሌኖችን ሳይ ሆስቴስ መሆን ትልቁ ህልሜ ነበረ።
Because I want to fly out of my country.
ሀገር መውጣት ስለምትፈልግ።
But when I am in school, I'm not very clever. I'm not gobes. No gobes.
ትምህርት ቤት ያለው ጎበዝ ተማሪ አልነበርኩም። በለውጣለሁ።
I'm just an student.
አቨሬጅ ነው። እሷ ነው አቨሬጅ ነበር።
So even as I go to school, I don't manage to go to the university.
So ዩኒቨርሲቲ መግባት ወደ ዩኒቨርሲቲ መግባት ማኔጅመንት አልፈልግም ነበር።
So the first job I got in my country was to work in the bank. It is easy by that time to get the opportunity to work in the bank. It's easy because it's many years before.
So ባንክ ቤት መስራት በጣም ቀላል ነበረ። አካውንታንቶች ካላችሁ እንዳይሰማችሁ ግን ያው ቀላል ነበረ።
አይ ባንክ ሰራተኛ እንደ
ቀላል ነበረ።
So I worked in one bank. I didn't like it. The money is not enough, and then I moved to the next bank, which is the biggest bank in Kenya, which is Central Bank. I'm moving because I want more money.
So ገንዘብ ለመፈለግ ከአንድ ባንክ ወደ ሌላ ባንክ ቀይሬ ነበር። ሴንትራል ባንክ ማለት ንግድ ባንክ ማለት ነው። በእኛ
But even as I am working in the bank, and there are some things which I don't like. I don't like somebody sitting on my head telling me what to I don't like it.
አለቃ አልፈልግም ነበር ከላይ ላይ ሆኖ የሚያዘኝ ሰው አልወድም አልፈልግም ነበር
But in the bank, there must be somebody telling you what to do, thinking for you. You cannot think for yourself. So I started to read personal development books. Then I realized there is another world outside there called personal development.
So ከዚህ ህይወት ውጪ ሌላ ህይወት ነበርና ፐርሰናል ዲቨሎፕመንት ታክቹ ማንበብ ጀመርኩኝ ሌላ ህይወት እንዳለ ሌላ ላይፍ እንዳለ ረዳት ማለት ጀመርኩኝ ማወቅ ጀመርኩ
That completely transformed my way of thinking and my way of looking at life.
በአጠቃላይ ህይወት እይታዬ ወይ ነው አመለካከቴ ሙሉ ሙሉ ቀይሮልኛል
And I understood it's not just about the academic degree, it is more.
It's not about degree and master's or the more
It's how can I develop myself to be the best person that ever was created by God.
የራሴን ማንነት ማውጣት እንጂ ምን አይደለም ዲግሪ መያዝ አይደለም ኦር ማስተርስ መያዝ ኦር ዲፕሎማ መያዝ አይደለም ሶ አባውት ፋይንዲንግ ራሴን ማግኘት ነው እሱ ማግኘት በፐርሰናል ዲቨሎፕመንት
So I even as I'm working in the bank, the world of personal development opened another door for me and I left the bank.
So personal development ላይ ዲጂታል ባንክ ኢንዱስትሪ እንታ ወደ ሌላ ኢንዱስትሪ ተቀላቀለች ማለት ነው አሁን በደምብ እዚህ በኋላ ነው
So for the last 18 years, I have been working in the world of personal development.
So personal development ላይ ሰርታለች.
Which is what Mr. Solomon has been training you here today.
So ዛሬ ሶል ትሬን ያደረገን ነገር almost 18 ዓመት በላይ በዚህ ኢንዱስትሪ በፐርሰናል ዴቨሎፕመንት ኢንዱስትሪ ላይ መቆየት ትችላለች.
I didn't meet Solomon in Ethiopia. I met Solomon in Dubai.
Solomon meet ያደረጋችሁ እዚህ ሳይሆን ዱባይ ሀገራችን ኢንተርናሽናል አሰልጣኞች ማለት ነው። ሀገሮች ዱባይ
So my dream of traveling all over the world, not necessarily to serve like a hotel Saratenya in the aeroplane. I get into the aeroplane to travel the world.
So hostess መሆን ነበረ ማግኘቷ ነገር ግን ምን ማሻለች በዛ ፕሌን ላይ ፍላይት ራሷ ፍላይት ማድረግ ትችላለች
So now I've got 7, I filled already 7 passport book, Mola.
ሰባት ፓስፖርቶች ሙሉ ምን ተመቶባቸዋል ቪዛ ተመቶባቸዋል
So I have visa for every country in the world. All of Europe, United States, everywhere in Africa is like my village. How many of you would like to travel the world? You're like me, you want to see everywhere in the world. You're like me, you want to go all over the world. Personal development opens these doors.
Yes.
Life is very interesting because I didn't go to university. My sister works for one of the biggest organizations in London.
So,
London. My sister, she works in London. I've lived in London for over 20 years. But as my sister lived and worked in England, she has high executive job, but she didn't ever invite my parents to visit her in England.
So, ትልቅ ታስከለ ነበር የምትሰራው ነገር ግን አንዱን ቤተሰቦቿን ማረጋጋታችን ለንደን ላይ ማዝናናት ወደ መጥራት አልቻለችም
So just like what Mr. Solomon has trained you here today, that you must decide by your mind what you want to conceive, and you now take the action to be able to do and get what you want in life.
So የምትፈልጉት ነገር ለማግኘት ግን መወሰን አለባችሁ ሰው ምን ማለት ከዛ ደግሞ መራመድ አለባችሁ
So my parents are about 90 Amet. Abate na nati.
ቤተሰቦቿ ከ90 ዓመት በላይ ያለፉ ሰዎች ነበሩ።
My parents to travel abroad to go to England to visit my sister.
So ትልቁ ቤተሰቦቿን ኢንግላንድ ሄዶ ማዝናናት ነበረ።
By personal development, we went on the trip with my mother, with my father to England.
በፐርሰናል ዴቨሎፕመንት ቤተሰቦቿን ሁሉ ሄዳ ኢንግላንድ ላይ ማዝናናት ትችላለች። በአማርኛ ማስጨበጫ
Imagine the elderly parents trying to use the escalator to the aeroplane to underground tube to see all these things which they never see in Africa. But just because I visualize this, I make sure they travel to England.
So ትላልቅ ነገሮችን በአውሮፕላን መሄድ አንደርግራውንድ ላይ መሄድ የሚሉ ነገሮች ቪዥዋላይዝ አድርጌ ነበረ። ማሳካት ችያለሁ።
There is no greater blessing than when your parent comes back to your country to tell the story of what they saw abroad.
ቤተሰቦችን ከማዝናናትና እነሱን ስቶሪ ከመስማት በላይ ደስ የሚል ብሌሲንግ ወይ ደስ የሚል ጆርኒ የለም።
And old people have a way of telling the story like it was only yesterday. The old person can tell the story, even if it is after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They make it sound like only yesterday I was there.
የታሉ ሰዎች ባህሪ ምንድነው? ሁሉ ጊዜ ያደርጋሉ። የፈለገ ያለ የቀየ ነገር ትራስ ምትፈታ አርጎ በማይሻሉ ስቶሪ መናገር ይችላሉ።
So when my father comes back from France, from England, and in the church they say, we have one guest, he has come from France, he has come from London. Let him greet you with the greeting from abroad.
አባታ በተለያዩ የማህበራዊ ህይወት ኑሯቸው ላይ በቸርች ላይ ሲመጡ ያደርጓቸው ሪስፔክት ያደርጓቸው ነበር። ከፍራንስ ደግሞ ኢንግላንድ ቻለ ፍራንስ ሄዷል ማለት ነው። ፍራንስ ሲመጣ ሪስፔክት ያደርጉት ነበረ።
And every time he tells this story, he says, this is made possible by my daughter. I do the same thing for my mother. Now when they sit together and they talk about, we have been here, we have seen this, they say only because Joyce makes this possible for them.
እናትና አባት ነው ሲያወሩ ሁሉ ጊዜ ደስ ይላቸዋል። ልጄ ናት ስለዚህ ይሄን ነገር ያሳየችኝ ነው በጣም ፕራውድ ሆነባታል።
I think before 2 weeks my daughter is in Addis Ababa. Did you meet her? Yes. How many of you met my daughter? She's an amazing young girl. And one of my dreams is that because I did not go to university, my daughter must get the best education.
So, Swami was telling about Jigan, education, the target Luku, and what will Luku flower.
So in Kenya, she goes to the best university.
Kenya, Luku University, in my college, very much college,
the expensive, high-class university.
But I'm Woodview University,
and when she's studying, she gets her double degree at the same time.
One executive education, actually, challenge, y'all, but I'm telling you, now would you know, University of Amara.
And then my dream is she must study in foreign land for her master's program.
The master's program, which I read up in the tomorrow,
so she makes one master's program in London.
One master's program, London,
another master's program in Boston.
Boston, like
another one in New York.
New York, like
Kachama Islet.
Kachama.
So she collects the degrees like shoes. Why am I sharing with you the story of my family? Because I know you will have a story to tell after today.
Yes.
Because I am not special, you are special. You perhaps have more education than me. You understand personal development very early, you're very lucky. I only understand personal development when I am already a little bit older. For you, you're lucky, you're 20, 21, 22, 24, you're lucky, you get this information very early. When you understand personal development, you're like a car with aeroplane fuel, benzene. Makina, again, aeroplane benzene. So you're lucky to get this kind of training at this point in your life. One of the goals or one of the dreams which I carry in my heart every day is to be able to transform the lives of 1 million young people in Africa. So the first time when I came to Ethiopia, I'm looking, this is new country. I have no Amharic. I only know English. The food is different. The country is different. I don't know where am I, but then I say, maybe I will find somebody, maybe I will find 5 people who I can change their way of thinking.
So, ምንም አይነት አማርኛ አልችልም ነበረ እንደምንም አልነበረኝም ነገር ግን ቢያንስ 5 ሰዎችን በማሻሻል ትራንስፎርም ማድረግ እችላለሁ ብዬ ነበር የመጣሁት
The only way you can change somebody's life is by giving them training, giving them skills and spending time with them.
ብቸኛው መንገድ ሰዎችን ትራንስፎርም ማድረግ ነው ማሰልጠን ከነሱ ጋር ታይም ማሳለፍ ብቻ ነው እና ፐርሰናል ዴቨሎፕመንት ትሬኒንጎችን መስጠት ነው
I cannot come to your house, but you can come to this program. But when you go back to your house today, you will go back with me.
So,
you will remember me for the rest of your life. To my country. The one special friend I made in Ethiopia 14 years ago is a young man called Netzanet Zenebe. Another young man called Semere Negash. Semere Negash takwali? Yes. Semere did not have English, but Netzanet
Semere
is like this guy. Tomorrow, every day we are together. Eventually, all of them speak good English. After I go back to my country, I would invite them to come to Kenya. And when they come to Kenya, they stay in my house. They eat my food, ugali. Now there is no injera, they are only ugali. So, but they love the experience of Kenya.
ወደውት ነበረ።
You know Kenya is the Gorobet of Ethiopia and you don't need visa to come to Kenya.
So
Did you know?